Oh, that one didn't go, the video. So I got a feeling this one won't go either. It's too dark in here. But this is just I believe this will be the third or fourth video I put up today. There are two really I was wanting to address, so they had it. The group called the Future Monarch of Great Britain. But I was going to read the last part of Jack Hartsfield's letter. I was kidnapped. My father's Edward VIII, who married my mom, Claudia O'Keeffe, from Madison, Wisconsin. Williamsburg, Virginia, she moved to, sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. So a lot was left out. I put a video up that didn't go just now, so I'm not going to try to redo it. I will read this part of Jack's letter. He was FBI. He actually, in '83, worked for the New Mexican News, and he covered Los Alamos, but he's FBI. This is one of the good guys. This guy is a real thing. And I hope he gave me the letters to put up, and I know his wife died, Mary. I wanted to say this about it. It was kind of like a clue to my identity, finding out about Georgia O'Keeffe being my mom. The Brits told me about my dad, and the Germans, or I would never have known. But I wanted to put this up right here. These are from Jack, and by the way, I did want to correct this. It didn't go up on that tape just prior. It didn't go. Osborne, that I put up the letter, was DA in Lawrence County, Alabama. And Proctor was the probate, well, he's probate judge, the two letters. They were both, they were November the 2nd of, 2001. Moulton, all this has been cryptic, like putting a puzzle together in patterns. Moulton, Alabama, since I was kidnapped and grew up, they had a post office, believe me. So there's a point to them both, the letters, being taken at the same time to Huntsville, Alabama, now, so that's so much part of this, and postmarked there. And I did try to postmark them, but the postmarks are gone. But I put these up on past videos, so they're up there somewhere among all of these. He was the grandson of the doctor who delivered the twins, Peggy and Carl. Anyway, in Jack's letter, I'm just going to read this part. This is about where they took me, Moulton, Alabama, Lawrence County, in '41. Gave me the name of the twin. Both of them are dead. So a lot of the hostage money wasn't just money. It was bringing over scientists from the Germans, and the Brits paid for the Space Center there, really. And where, this is from Jack, and by the way, from my understanding, he is closely related to Hank Hartsfield, captain of a couple of the shuttles, all right? And Hank's dead now, and I so hope that, really, that Jack's okay. And here's the last part of his letter here. He says, and where J. Edgar Hoover's FBI Division 5, a super-secret police agency, had operated since the early 40s. In fact, it was so sensitive it didn't exist, which, with links to Daytona, Ohio, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, etc. I'm going to jump on over here and put this, and this is from Jack. By the way, he mentions that he knows Larry Flint, who was shot and who endorsed me and did that article I've put up a lot, endorsement in '84, April issue of '84. He says he's gone and he talks to Larry Flint quite a few times. But here's where he says, at quiet moments, I do try to make a grounded assessment of all the above. In the dastardly events above, particularly as related to the FBI's Division 5 and assorted shenanigans, were public, what would be the results? It could perhaps be very destabilizing for the nation as a whole. And it talks about the experiences. Then he goes, excuse me, which is unusual for him to say. He says, thanks for caring. That's not unusual. That was Jack, a nice person. Oh, and yeah, this is how they tried to make us both look. They ain't so. But, well, he mentions the agony of 1963. Imagine the agony of Great Britain taking down the monarch that loved him with lies, replacing with George VI, illegal. He helped kidnap me and take down his own brother. Illegal treaties. Then Kennedy is shot, and the Warren Commission covered it up, and you know why after you've seen my videos. They'd have to tell about me and this special link they have to Great Britain. My God, they went over there pretending to be friends and stole us blind. Look at it. Look what they did to it. But anyway, that's, and you know what I found? Everybody loved Kennedy. You start talking about the part of Kennedy's part. His dad helped kidnap me, and the Kennedys, both Kennedy boys, flew into there when I was kidnapped. In about 39, I was born, and I was kidnapped in 41. They were flying in there, staying at the embassy, and there was the air base, Cortland Air Base. I've always said that I bet you that's where they dropped me off, close to Moulton and that family, Dempsey family. I was flown in there. I do remember the two men, what they looked like. They handed me to the Dempseys and came back later, and I hope you get to see what they did to me later. I hope to God there's a film of that. It's so appalling, all of it. You wonder, they've made certain people look like the bad guys when it's a total polar opposite. They're the good guys. I hope we're all left standing, the good guys.